starting off with a question that came in from our Facebook page. And of course, if you want to become part of the conversation and get on Facebook, you'll find us in groups and you'll find our page as well. Just put Counselling Tutor into Facebook as a search. You'll see we're on there twice. One is our page, one is a group. Join either or. It doesn't matter which one you join. They all link up and you can come and join the conversation with over 15,000 like-minded students, lecturers, qualified therapists, all talking about study, therapy, and their journey. And can you give us a little bit more about what the question was that came in on difference and diversity, Rory?
Yes, well, it's from Helen Munipa, if I pronounced that correctly, and if I haven't, I do apologise, Helen. And she writes, reflects on issues of difference and diversity relevant to the work between you and the client. So I'm guessing this is an assignment question. Mm. And she said, it's a difference in diversity I have difficult with. Any help would be welcome. Thank you. Mm. Well, I think it's an evergreen topic, that one, Ken.
It is.
Difference in diversity. And for me, it's about thinking, there are kind of top level differences. So I'm a male therapist and I might have a client who's a female client. Someone with a different faith position, or somebody with a different colour of skin. Yeah. I use the term colour loosely because they're kind of tones, people's skin tone, because that, we know that affects how, sometimes they experience the world or the world experiences them. It could be about sexuality. It could be about ability or disability. The list is so long. But in terms of reflection, it's always about not presuming, because part of counselling training, I think, I know, is that we try and leave our own frame of reference behind and try and get into the client's frame of reference. And what might be normal for me and the way I live my life may not be for the client.
Mm. And it's even an interesting choice of words, normal, that you chose to use.
Well,
yeah. And I know, and that's it. And that's how tricky this is. Yeah. Equality, diversity is about non-judgmental positive regard and seeing the person as a fellow human being, rather than maybe somebody who has a mobility issue, maybe somebody who has a hearing impairment, or somebody who has anything that we see them as and label them as, other than another human being in the room. But you see, that is the acceptance of that equality and diversity. But there's another side to it. And you touched on it now, Rory, in that we need to look at ourselves, our culture, our class, our family, how we've been brought up, what our religion is, what our political views are, what our right and wrong views are. And we need to be careful not to project that out. This is us. And I think a part of equality and diversity and that difference is looking at self and recognizing that we are a product of our life. We're a product of the education system that we grew up in. We were taught in our education system rights, wrongs. We're told on the news what to think and who is right and who is wrong. And we look to our religion. What does that tell us? And it's about, I guess, putting that one side.
Yes, putting it to one side, and not presuming, that because someone has a faith that they're a devout follower of that faith. Not presuming that because someone's gay, they like musicals.
Yes.
Getting rid of stereotypes. That's what I'm trying to get rid of and to highlight. And I think that, to realise that people's experience of difference, my experience as a man, is different to a woman's experience. And it's interesting. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was kind of lamenting the fact that a lot of in the media about the Me Too, the hashtag Me Too, is being dismissed. And she said it's amazing just how many times as a woman she gets hit on.
Wow.
And she went out to meet some female friends in a pub, and she was just hit on by men. Now, I'm not saying that men shouldn't chat women up, but I think it comes to the point where the experience of someone is that it was becoming intrusive. And I speak to female friends of mine, and it happens a lot. It's not something that I have in my experience as a man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You know, that's,
interesting.
yeah,
That's the perceptions, isn't it?
that's the
And from
perceptions, yeah.
exactly, it's really interesting. My daughter is 14, and she's got loads of friends, and one of her best friends comes from a culture where arranged marriage is part of the culture, an accepted part of the culture. And it's interesting watching my daughter interact with her friend talking about arranged marriage, and the first thought that came up for my daughter was, oh, that's a shame because you don't get to choose. And she was basing it just on her cultural upbringing, what she knows and how she references it. And it was interesting for her to see the other point of view, where her friend sat her down and said, no, I'm really looking forward to this. I embrace this. This is a part of our culture. And went on to say why, well, basically outlined the benefits of that. And that's what it's about. It's about listening and recognizing others as, I guess, choosing their way. And there isn't a right way and there isn't a wrong way. There's a great little cartoon that I saw on Facebook recently of a person standing looking at a number 6, and directly opposite them is somebody standing looking at the same number. They will see it as a number 9, and one saying that's a 6 and the other one saying no, it's not, it's a 9. It depends on how you look at it and where you're standing.
Absolutely. It's all about frame of reference.
Yep.
It's all about the frame of reference. So in answer to your question, I would say that every client is different to us. Some have more visible differences, and some people have more hidden differences. But it comes down to making sure that you're seeing the person in front of you as the person they are, not as a stereotype, and not as maybe a construction from your own frame of reference.